Hey everybody, this is Steven with Treehouse Family Farm in Burnsville, North Carolina. This is the first video that I've ever made for YouTube for the farm, and hopefully it will be one of many. We had a post showing our tomatoes on Instagram and their trellis system in our Farmer's Friend caterpillar tunnel, and had some interest in how we were doing it, so thought the easiest and quickest way to do this would just be to make a quick video. So here we are. I'm just gonna do this in one shot so I don't have to teach myself how to edit and everything right now. So we'll go through the basics, and as I get more time I'll make these videos a little better. So basically what we have here is a Farmer's Friend high tunnel, and I'll come out here and show everybody. This is 14 feet wide and it's 100 feet long. We actually have two of them. I'm going to be showing you our what we call greenhouse number 1. This is our first succession of tomato plants, and let's see here, we put the transplants in on April 8th, so they are about 7 weeks old after transplant, and they're about 3.5–4 feet tall. And the trellis system is pretty simple. What we did is we went to the end of the bed and we dug a 3-foot hole and put in a 4x4 piece of wood. Just behind that piece of wood, we put in a 16-inch earth anchor and attached 1/8 inch wire that can be found at Home Depot. The earth anchors are actually pretty tough to find. We found some at Tractor Supply and some on Amazon, but if you have any luck like us, you're not going to find them at Home Depot or Lowe's. The wire is 1/8 wire. They do have this at Home Depot in a 500-foot roll. We've got these little wire clamps here that we use, and then for adjusting, we've added turnbuckles. If I were to do it again, I would add a turnbuckle at every end of each of the wires. Now what we've done up here for the cross brace is add a 4x4 that's cut to about 30 inches. I can't remember what the measurement was. We've got 2 bolts going through to hold the 4x4, and then we've got some 10-inch, I want to say 3/8 inch eye bolts going through that cross brace. Then we've attached a turnbuckle to that, attached that 1/8 wire, and run the whole distance. So we did that twice for the 2 beds that we're trellising here in the middle. We do have a 3rd bed over here that we set up for trellis system, but time kind of got away from us and these plants have just bushed out, so I haven't done any training. I'm just going to let them bush out and see what happens. If they start getting diseases or out of control, we'll cut them back. I've got some backup tomatoes we can plop in there, but this is a good variety. This is the Purple Bumblebee, and I've actually had a good friend in Alabama grow this without trimming and training it outside, and he got some serious harvest, so I think we'll be fine. Now if we run up this run of tomatoes, about halfway through I've added just some very basic cross braces. This is just a piece of 2x4 on 2 thinner pieces of wood that span the 30-inch bed distance, and then I've got one on that one. What that does is that helps the wire from sagging, and we're actually on a pretty steep incline here, which might be hard to tell in the videos. So what it does for us is creates 2 sections that are a little more level than the full 80-foot run would be. I'm just going to walk up here to show you the other end. So again, you see some earth anchors in there. Now this one's pulled out of the ground. The ground's pretty moist here. We do get, when it rains, we get some runoff that hits the ground here. So that's staying a little moist. It hasn't come out too much, so I'm not too worried. I was watering the beds by the posts down below, and they got pretty waterlogged. And that middle post actually started to come out of the ground. So if you notice, that's why there were 2 anchors. And that's just probably the biggest lesson we've learned is try not to water near your posts. Now obviously I'm watering near these ones, but because we're on that incline, most of that water is running downhill and staying away from the posts. So these seem to be fine up here. Here is a view of this one. Again, same thing. And just, if you do it this way, I just want to let you know that we are just tinkering and experimenting here. No guarantee this is going to work as these continue to get bigger and heavier and they have the weight of the tomatoes. But I'll keep you posted on Instagram, and I'll keep making videos here. And yeah, but so far it's working really good and we're really pleased. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if y'all have any questions or want me to make videos about anything in particular, just let me know. Thanks a lot.